Hey guys, it's your girl Caitlin, and welcome today we're going to be reacting to dead characters I want to see in Shadowlands posted by Scroll Shorties. So, this is a video I've been searching for ever since the Shadowlands was about to come out, or came out. So like I figured that Shadowlands is all about the afterlife and stuff. So we're reacting to this video, so let's get into it. Yeah, I saw that they brought back Uther that died in the previous patch of Wrath of the Lich King. So I saw that they brought back Uther. So let's see who else we think we might see. I don't really know about this KEL'THUZAD. I don't really know much about him. He seems like a character I would see in Wrath of the Lich King, since there's nothing but undead in Northrend, so I don't really know what this guy, well heck, I don't know him at all, to be honest. But anyway, proceed. I already know that they brought him back for Shadowlands. I was just about to say, well, since he's died 3 times, who said that they won't be bringing him back in Shadowlands, even though I don't know him? Yeah, perhaps. Well, they brought him back, so we all know he's back. But I saw like a raid that he's in, so obviously he's not a good guy now. Oh, I remember this guy. He was from the Gilneas starting zone. I played a Worgen for... I was very obsessed with Gilneas and the Worgen starting zone, so I created a lot of Worgens, and I would just play Gilneas. But then I just went like, most of these races in WoW are my favorites, so for my YouTube channel, how I thought, why don't I have 2 of each? Which made life very easier for me. So with that way, I don't even have to worry about choosing when I can just play them all if I have room on there. Because they have a room limit on World of Warcraft, so like it has like a storage limit on World of Warcraft. You can only have so many characters, which I guess makes sense. Well, I haven't really seen Liam and Bastion. Like, I used to have a paladin or a human paladin, whatever I was playing as. I finally got him or her to level 50, and I played a Shadowlands, or I might have used a boost coin, I don't really remember. But when I was playing Shadowlands, I played all 4 realms. I played Bastion, Maldraxxus, Ravendreth, and Ardenweald. And to be honest, I haven't seen Liam in any of those places, so it's hard to tell. The animations that this guy uses are so good, I have to admit. I might also react to Sylvanas' fate. When I saw the Sylvanas' fate cinematic, I just went like, it's over. Sylvanas' reign of terror is finally over. But until I watched it till the end, I went like, Sylvanas, you're okay in my book. Because I saw that she was kind of sort of beginning to help them. Like, as soon as the jailer was going to imprison or enslave Jaina Thrall and Bolvar, Sylvanas wanted to spare them right before she could shoot the jailer with an arrow. But unfortunately, the jailer catches the arrow and then kills Sylvanas. But I don't think that Sylvanas is like literally dead. I'm sure that they'll return her at some point. Like, Sylvanas in World of Warcraft was probably in it since, I think she was in it since it, well, heck, I think she was in it when it first came out, which was 2008, I think. Don't really know. But I know that she's been around, but all I know is that she's been around in World of Warcraft for a long time, so I doubt that they would just kill her off like that. Who honestly knows? The Saurfangs. That would also be nice to see a Saurfang somewhere soon. The only Saurfangs I know is the original Saurfang. I don't know any of these two. But I think I know this guy. I think, like, I watched when it was nearly time for BFA to came out, I watched Old Soldier, and I think that this right here is Saurfang's son. I don't know. But whoever it is, it seemed to mean a lot to Saurfang, and that's why Saurfang was kind of hard on the other guys. I saw that cutscene of where I saw that cutscene of where that Lich King strikes down that other orc. And to be honest, I thought that was just a random orc. I didn't see that orc being important at all. But now, after hearing this, well, I guess he was important. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, he has to be. Like, he was killed by Sylvanas', he was killed by Sylvanas' hand, so he's obviously in the moss somewhere. Mm-hmm. I know this guy, like, while I was playing Legion, I saw FORDRING. I saw TIRION FORDRING. Like, when we were on the Broken Isles and I had a paladin, I had to do a quest to get this weapon, the Ashbringer, I think that's what it's called. So I played that and I got the Ashbringer and I saw Tyrion FORDRING. It was actually a very fun quest line. Anyway, moving on. I mean, it's only fair. And now that you come to think about it, the war between the Alliance and Horde is kind of stopping. Like, I know that Jaina and Thrall were best of friends in the past until Jaina's father died. So I know her and Thrall are good friends, so maybe knowing that they're together again, the war is kind of stopping. Like the Alliance and Horde started to compete together ever since Bane returned Jaina's brother to her. Derek, I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think that's her brother's name, Derek. So, and ever since Thrall came back, they got together and saved and rescued Bane, and then they worked together to fight Sylvanas. So now that you come to think of it, the Horde and the Alliance are now kind of like being pals. Yep, I remember that. Well, I mean, like I was saying, I played while I was in Bastion. The only returning character I ever saw was Uther. I when I played Ardenweald, the only returning dragon, it was slightly Deathwing. It was like memories of Ysera or something like that, and we had to fight like a spirit of Deathwing. So and then later on we revived Ysera, so at least Ysera is back. Yeah, I actually saw that cutscene, like, when I was playing Legion, I went to the zone where it's all full of night elves and nature. I went there and I saw what happened to Ysera right after I was fighting her. Or later on we had to fight her. Well, we learn something new every day. I guess he was once good. Lovely. Where Deathwing falls into the water, I never saw that part really. I never saw the part where he falls into like what looks like a whirlpool. I never saw that. I think you'll go to that place if you're doing Cataclysm, but way before they changed everything for Shadowlands, I would always choose Pandaria. Like when you got a character to level 80, you would choose either Cataclysm or Pandaria. So I would really always choose Pandaria. So anyway, continuing on. Mm-hmm. And guess what? This guy was right. She ended up in Ardenweald. So he got that right. The only time I ever saw this guy was when I was in Ashara. Like, that place where mostly goblins are, I went there, and that was basically the only time I saw this guy. I remember we saw this guy in like the Tauren Heritage Armor quest line. I didn't do the quest line. I didn't do the quest line. I haven't gotten to it yet, but I saw YouTube videos of the quest line, and if I remember correctly, we saw Carrion Bloodhoof, Bane's father. Well, at least he knows his father is still with him no matter what. At least. Bane looks so scary like that, but I think those were the old models of the Tauren. I don't really know. There's Thrall. VARIAN WRYNN. Of course we need him. Of course we need him. Like, I watched the cutscene of where we both know that Sylvan is turned Anduin into what Nathanis is, and we both know that the jailer is controlling Anduin somehow. So it would be very helpful if Varian comes back, because his son needs him right now more than ever. So it kinda sucks and it also really sucks he died in Legion, because he died at the very wrong time when his son needs him more than ever. Like, I even said it myself. When I watched Chains of Domination, when I watched Chains of Domination, all I could think about was if a Varian was there, he would be so mad. He would just go like, Sylvanas, look what you've done to my son. We need him now. Like, right now. So he's been through a lot. Yep. And you're right, we need Varian right now. Varian has to rescue his baby boy. We need Varian in a time like this. Varian would know what to do. He'll save Endu, and I know he will. Yep. Well, they brought Garrosh back, but heck, Garrosh was only around for such a short amount of time. I saw like a cutscene of. There's so many cutscenes I've watched, I can hardly keep track of them. Like, there was a cutscene of Garrosh, and it was Garrosh coming back, but he was only there for like 5 seconds. So they didn't really keep Garrosh around for a while, just for like 2 or 5 seconds. Which just sucks. Even though he was kind of evil in the past, it still would have been nice to hear a little bit about him, you know? Yeah, see, even though Garrosh wasn't the brightest of them in the past, it still would have been nice to have a little bit of moments with him. Like they kinda sort of brought back Rastakhan's other Loa. Like we had the same run-in with Rastakhan's other Loa before Bwansamdi. Rastakhan had a different Loa before he bargained with Bwansamdi. His name was Razan. And like of course he died by the hands of Zul in Ataldazar. So without Razan around, Bwansamdi or Rastakhan decided to turn to Bwansamdi. And we saw Razan in the mob, but he was only there for like 5 seconds, the same as Garrosh, which kinda sucks. It still would have been nice to hear about both of them for a while. Like, it still would have been nice. And it also would have been nice to see Rastakhan there. Ugh. Yep. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, Garrosh wasn't here for long. He was only in a cutscene for 5 seconds and then he just turned to dust. Which is disappointing, like I keep saying, even though he wasn't the brightest, it would still be nice to hear a little bit of a story. Oh well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I want. Like, I really want Rastakhan to come back for Shadowlands. Like, another thing I was complaining about on Rastakhan's death was because Rastakhan was only in the game for 2 patches. One was, of course, Battle for Azeroth, and one was Tides of Vengeance. I mean, like, it doesn't matter to think about the deal he made with Bwonsamdi. Who cares? I mean, like, who cares about the deal? I mean, like, I don't care about it. At least we could have had him around for, like, it still would have been nice to have him around for the Zandalari Troll Allied Race unlock, or Visions of N'Zoth, or any of those. So, thank this guy for agreeing with me. Please subscribe to Scroll Shorties, I beg you. Thank you, man. I love this guy. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I've been saying ever since Tides of Vengeance came out. That's when Rastakhan died, and he was only there for 2 patches. So that was pretty much the only disappointing thing that's happened in Shadowlands. But there's a book I'm planning on getting. It's called Shadows Rising. And I hear that, spoiler alert if you haven't read the book, I hear that it also has Rastakhan in it. So I'm planning on getting it, just so I could read it and see if I like it. Yep. Who knows? Well, looking as if Rastakhan is about to stab Bwonsamdi, I wouldn't really say that that's going to happen. 'Cause I hear in the Shadows Rising book, Talanji asks Bwonsamdi if the bond can be considered over, so I don't really think it's necessary to fight Bwonsamdi if it's already over. But it still would be great to have or Rastakhan back, and then eventually him and Talanji would reunite. That would be great. But I don't think that they would, like, bring Rastakhan back as king. He would just be a spirit. Because Talanji, as we could see, Talanji has already taken his place. So I don't really think that Rastakhan would be king still if they brought him back just a spirit and somebody for a quest line. But it would still be good to have him back. I heard of this guy, but I just don't really know him that well. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I don't really know the Thunder King, but that was very interesting. I know that I know that he was already either Zandalari or Pandaria involved, but that was interesting. Oh, I don't know. I don't know this guy. Or maybe I just don't remember because I could have sworn I've seen him somewhere. Hmm. Yeah, a lot of orcs are going to Maldraxxus, so like I mean like Garrosh was sent to Ravendreth, like compared to the Raven Dreth mini movie. Like it had the sight of Garrosh being there. So they're talking a lot about Vol'jin. Like, when they were figuring out who told Vol'jin to name Sylvanas War Chief, Vol'jin has been involved a lot. So, which I'm very happy about. Believe me, buddy, I loved it. And I thank this guy for also agreeing for Rastakhan to be back. So, please subscribe to Scroll Shorties right after you watch this episode. So, that is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I also hope you enjoyed his video. If you guys did, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, love.